Dennis Reynolds, and I have just recently relocated to my farm in Middle Tennessee after living and working in Chattanooga for a number of years. Formerly worked in corporate business development, and now devoting more time to the craft of writing and also getting a farm started. Buzzards, Roost Productions. It's a startup, encompasses the creative process of the scripts, as well as looking at possible syndication ventures out of Nashville, but that's kind of where we're going with that. So it's recently started by me, and kind of in a new phase of life, and that's where we're going.
Some writers pick different times, morning or evening, or they work overnight. Some even take a little nap before they start writing. So do you like with the tranquility there? Do you just any time of the day, or you start early in the morning?
I try to do the same time consistently. For me, that is really the evening after I've gotten more of the practical things in life out of the way, and get up and start working on those things, and then I kind of settle down. I have my nip afterwards because the writing can be so bad. It requires. Yeah, that way you can start. That's right. That gives you a little motivation.
What attracted you to the song?
Well, I was sent an email on this a few months ago and looked at the agenda that they had put forth. This is the first time I've attended this particular summit. I know we've had film festivals in Nashville that through the years, but not as far as that being associated with a writers summit. So it was a good opportunity, and to get to Atlanta, and I think I knew what to expect, which was basically a lot of presentations about the craft and the business, and I was very pleased with what we've done here the last few days. You have the basic, and then you have the elite, and the elite program encompasses some mentorship with industry professionals, and so that sold out before I booked here, or I would have attended that. Also a few other things that come with it. So I'm not privy to the details of that, but I do know that you have the opportunity to sit down at a table with a mentor and maybe two other people and go in depth into certain pieces that you may be working on. So for those people that were able to buy those, I'm sure they benefited from them greatly. The layout has been very beneficial, and particularly with the church, and the parking in the area has been accommodated greatly, and as you mentioned, everything within walking distance that you need to get to. Tiffany's panel there with regard to podcast and web content and creating content. I think that from a practicality standpoint, that was very beneficial to me. And then the second one I enjoyed immensely and benefited from was Jacob Kruger's presentation on the craft of structuring the screenplay. I thought from the substantive part of it, he gave us things that were very practical to work with, and it's just really impossible to tell what an inspirational individual he is also. And so I'd say those two, but Mr. Kruger's presentation, both there and his opening remarks, were both I found to be very uplifting and very beneficial. One of the surprising benefits of this thing for me has been from the attendees. There's just a tremendous amount of energy here, and everyone has been willing to share what they're working on without trepidation, without fear of somebody commandeering what they're doing, and very, very willing to share their experiences, very encouraging of each other, and of course the entire summit was sold out. So not only did the elite sell out, but the summit itself was sold out. So there's a tremendous energy here, particularly in Atlanta, where production is really starting to ramp up. But the other piece of this that is very interesting is I've spoken last night with a woman from Bordeaux, France, who was here, a lady from Stockholm, Sweden, Australia. So this is literally an international screenwriters summit. And I look forward to seeing it develop in the coming years. I think they'll take from this and try to build on it. And I think they're attuned to what's working and what people are benefiting from. And hopefully we can continue to grow this for this region of the country. I think that we've got a good supply of talent. Obviously people are willing to come here from a great distance. So everyone who signed up for a pitch session, was able to, and that was another impressive thing. If I could take my hat off to the panelists that heard all the pitches, because you had to be, how many did they hear in a day, and yet when they heard yours, they were dialed in there and focused and able to give you feedback on it. So that was a tremendous experience. Of course, they had the finalists last night that they selected, I think 10 to give the pitch in the reception last night. But everyone, got direct, honest feedback on number one, best way to pitch in front, should you have the opportunity to be in front of industry professionals, and secondly, some feedback directly on the story that you presented. So I was very pleased. I think the feedback from your contemporaries, hearing, we're all pretty much on the same little rowboat there when it comes to, being in an industry where there are long odds on getting things pushed through. We have day jobs or other working lives, to support, Now, of course, there are a lot of people here, particularly the younger people, that are putting a lot of time in a given day into these. So you have a variety, everything from full-time writers or people in production that write, or to old timers like me that are still trying to chip away at it. So there's some variety here, but there's an amazing amount of talent across the spectrum.